one ordinary family
4 astronauts go up into space and come back forever changed.
will become fantastic. On July 25th,
Your planet is marked for death.
We will protect you.
As a family.
their greatest strength
Johnny, quit screwing around!
is each other.
I tell you how to drive the ship, don't tell me how to kill sexy aliens!
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. Get tickets now.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires, and I guess we've already started the daily TV spot marketing campaign less than a day after the final trailer drop. That's what Marvel called it. They released a TV spot with a bunch of new footage, and because of what we're learning about the film and the plot, we can basically line up all of these scenes. We know when a lot of the stuff in this trailer is happening in the film. We're breaking it all down, all the new footage and reveals from this brand new TV spot, including one huge Galactus Easter egg. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel. If you haven't already, I just kindly invite you to hit the sub button. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us, plus it'll enter you for the giveaways. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this brand new TV spot is officially released by Marvel, but uploaded as part of the marketing campaign to their social media accounts. That's why you can't just go find it on their YouTube, which I always think is so silly. I'm not sure why they do that, but you're only going to see this if it's fed to you as an advertisement. Now, we get a couple of new frames of Shalabal's Silver Surfer as she arrives the very first time to herald the coming of Galactus, and they're slowly giving us more and more of this scene piece by piece. But the first huge reveal we get is what's happening with that planet that was exploding from a previous trailer, where we see this very clearly at the hands of Galactus in what either could be the elemental converter or his ship, Tattoo. Now, obviously, it's an extension of this scene right here, where the Fantastic Four are witnessing a planet about to explode. This is what eventually happens. Now, in the comics, the elemental converter has been shown a couple of different ways in panels, and this one maybe closely resembles what we're seeing as a circle, but as you can see, it's much smaller and on the planet. That's what makes me think some commenters here at the channel were actually correct on my last Easter egg breakdown video when they said that these right here were part of the elemental converter, and as you can see, it's happening on the horizon. So whether or not these are the elemental converter is one question, but what's breaking through that planet also sort of looks like Tattoo, his ship that's given a circular form and approaching the Earth in an ominous way in a different scene in that very same final trailer. But regardless about the specifics of Galactus' technology here, we know it's at his hands and it's not good, and that's the same fate that the Earth is going to meet. Now, the next clump of new frames we get is Shalabal's Silver Surfer flying through the cosmos. Those two yellow streams right there, those are the rockets that Johnny Storm is trying to hit her with as he mans the guns. Ben Grimm is driving and telling Johnny to quit screwing around because he hasn't hit her yet. Now, we actually know exactly when this is. After Shalabal first comes to Earth to herald Galactus, Fantastic Four go after her and follow her to Tattoo, where they run into Galactus. That's what we're seeing in these frames here. They then run off because they realize they're no match for Galactus, again with Ben Grimm driving or flying because he's the main pilot, and Johnny Storm manning the guns while Shalabal is flying after them. And that's when we get this hilarious line where Johnny Storm is clapping back saying, "Hey, I don't tell you how to drive the ship, you don't tell me how to kill sexy aliens," referring to Shalabal's Silver Surfer. Now, this is actually a crucial scene in the movie because Sue Storm will be pregnant with Franklin Richards, and in that escape, we know from an extended scene and footage that they showed at a Comic-Con earlier this year that Mr. Fantastic is going to tell Ben Grimm to fly the ship directly into a black hole to evade the Silver Surfer and Galactus. Ben Grimm is going to second guess that, and Reed Richards is going to tell him to trust him. Now, why this may be so instrumental to the film and really the whole fate of the MCU is that Franklin Richards may end up being born inside that black hole or during the transition, and that may greatly increase the magnitude of his power. Look, he was being born to Sue Storm and Reed Richards. There was a chance he was already going to be superpowered anyway, but if somehow the black hole singularity that Reed Richards thinks is the conduit to the multiverse is where Franklin Richards happened to be born and at the time, well, then that might explain why he's able to warp reality in the way that he is. And I think Marvel Studios is really looking at this from a macro point of view and actually trying to give us canon that matters. And obviously, coming from the guy who covers the MCU every day and writes his own theories, I much prefer them to actually put the time and effort into making details in the canon that we can go find that actually means something when we write theories, instead of them not being able to connect the dots, which, let's admit, have happened just a couple of times throughout the Multiverse saga. Now, here's my final thought on this. Usually Marvel Studios waits till about 2 weeks out from a film to start dropping brand new TV spots every single day. This one, well, this one's a little different though. Not only are they going heads up against Superman and the start of the DCU by James Gunn, which they'll say there's only friendly rivalry there and they want everybody to do well, but the truth is that they're comparing those numbers for sure. But then again, Marvel internally is comparing those numbers to the two previous outings this year for the Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World, which by their standards and really all standards underperformed at the box office. This is their last chance this year to make a huge splash, recoup some of that loss, and affect the bottom line, especially for Disney to present to the investors, which they are all about. I imagine that whatever the marketing budget looked like for Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts, you could probably easily combine them. And what does that mean? Well, it means an oversaturation of Fantastic Four promo material in the coming weeks and months, especially if we're getting brand new TV spots the day after they dropped a final trailer. I am so hoping that Marvel Studios sticks with their guns like they've done so far. Don't show us a full look at Galactus or his face. Don't let him speak during a trailer. And if there's any other crazier, deep multiverse Easter eggs for Doctor Doom, the setup for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, but like I said, somehow the higher-ups over at Marvel Studios marketing seem to think that if you haven't bought tickets for the Fantastic Four within, like, say, a couple of weeks before it releases, something extra they can throw in the trailers is going to move the needle, and all of a sudden, you're going to feel the impetus to go buy it. But what I always say is that those last-minute Easter eggs are really only for the diehard fans anyway. They all bought tickets. We got them the day that they dropped. You guys let me know all your thoughts, though, down below in reaction to any and all of this, and what is actually busting through that planet? Is it his ship, Ta-2? Or somehow an enormous elemental converter? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel for every Marvel drop this year. This upcoming week will be for the Ironheart finale, and then literally less than a month away from the one for the Fantastic Four. We'll also be doing Fantastic Four ticket giveaways in a couple of weeks leading up to its drop. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced live with my voice in the winning comment shown on screen at the end of the video here, so please be safe and vigilant on my channel, really any channel on YouTube, any platform. If you should ever get spam from someone impersonating a content creator, just report it directly to YouTube, and they are really good about deleting those accounts. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. Find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, with original music under the name Allfires, with songs like the one you're hearing here. And thanks for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.